The following is a presentation of the Spartan Media Network.
Welcome to the Spartan Media Network from Playfly Sports.
Here comes Fears. 73-70 is the score. On the side, Ukachuko. He got it! He got it! We are tied at 73. Rebound, Wardy's going to go all the way. Oh, what a slam! He slammed right over top of a 7-1 guy.
Stevenson's trying to time it up, and he just got posterized.
I want that poster.
It is time for the Auto Owners Insurance presentation of the Tom Izzo Show. Tonight's show is sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance, Simple Human Sense. The Tom Izzo Show is also brought to you by Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of MSU Athletics. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. And Coors Light, choose chill. Now, alongside Mike Garland and Michigan State head basketball coach Tom Izzo, here's the voice of Spartan basketball, Will Tieman.
And a pleasant good evening to everybody around the great state of Michigan. And welcome into the Tom Izzo Show, along with myself and Mike Garland. Of course, always brought to you by our friends at Auto Owners Insurance. Well, it was really nice that we won yesterday because we had this show tonight, and we wanted Tom to be in a great mood. And I just think it works out well for us this way.
Yeah, the difference is they wanted it so we'd win a game. You wanted it because it's your birthday today. So it's little different reasons. But it's a wild day yesterday. You know, Texas Tech, goes and gets beat by Arizona State. And then Wisconsin, who beat the daylights out of us, got the daylights beat out of them by Ohio State. And Nebraska's been playing so good. Purdue just beat the hell out of Iowa, and then Iowa beat Nebraska. Right. It's a crazy time right now as far as this is the time of year when I think it gets a little more pressure on everybody. Everybody handles it different. I worry that this is the time of year when kids and everybody's starting to mess with kids on different teams because of the tampering that goes on in college sports now. And so there's a lot of things to worry about. I'm just trying to keep my team focused on what they've got. I think for the most part they have. I still say a week later, Wisconsin played really well and made shots. And last night when we made some threes, but our defense was back to normal, that really made a difference on our team.
Can you believe that the schedule we play, that was the 8th team Michigan State has held to under 60 points in today's game of basketball? That's an amazing number. An amazing number.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So you taught me something I didn't know. But, it's still the way we have to play. It's the way most teams have to play. The problems, though, there's always stuff to look at this time of the year because you're trying to win a game, but you're really trying to get better. And we still turned the ball over too much last night. Our bigs had, 9 or 10 of the 14 turnovers, which is ridiculous,
Right.
So there's something to be upset about. That's good, As poor Mick Cronin, it's just you always got to have something to be upset about.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mike, what was it like for you being with Tom all those years? Because we were always in the hunt for something this time of year, because every moment seems to be magnified.
You meaning this time of year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be on your P's and Q's right now. And as I keep saying over and over during this telecast, is that the hardest games to win are the ones you're supposed to. Wisconsin should have beat the life out of Ohio State in everybody's estimation, but that doesn't happen that way. It's hard. It's harder than what people think.
And to be honest with you, now Ohio State, I mean, there's about 7 or 8 teams that are now still Ohio State's one of them. I still think UCLA is a much better team than they showed. That's the other problem. You go on these road trips. They were in Michigan, the state of Michigan, from last Thursday.
Yeah.
And boy, that's a long time to keep guys pent up in a hotel, and you're supposed to be, it's just different than people would think. And so expect the unexpected and hope that you can keep as much consistency as you'd like. But stretch run doesn't get any easier for us. You got Ohio State coming in now, and then I think we go to Purdue, and Indiana, and then we got Rutgers at home, and then we go to Michigan. So our stretch here is about as difficult as anybody's.
And Tom doesn't like to talk about this, but he talks about consistency, and I've contended that we're a little spoiled because we don't talk about if we're going to make the tournament. We talk about where we're going to wind up in the tournament. But think about this. With the win, we're now 21 wins on the year. That means 14 of the last 15 years, we've won 20 or more games. Obviously, we've made more tournament games in a row than any school with any coach in the history of college basketball. And so, by the way, thanks for that, Tom. You keep me busy. And that's a good thing, huh?
Yeah, the worst part is it keeps me busy.
Well, when we come back, we'll get some of your questions for Tom. We got some things to talk about. A lot of things always going on. But first, we're going to take a break. Back with more in a moment right here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least consulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
If auto owners make sense for you.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
Hey, Spartan fans! It's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of airballs and alley-oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to MSU basketball games or to any other live event in East Lansing, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of MSU basketball. Go green, go white, SeatGeek.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
And welcome back to the Coach Tom Izzo Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Well, Tom, I wanted to ask you about a couple of your guys who are getting some impressive numbers, and I guess I'll start with Jeremy Fears. And it's been interesting what he's been doing of late, scoring a lot, getting a lot of assists. But last night with the game, he played another double-double, and he's had a bunch of those in a row. He has now moved into a fourth-place tie with Denzel Valentine and Cassius Winston on one of his seasons for the fourth most ever assist in a single season. And the quick math is we are guaranteed 6 games for sure. We have 5 regular season games and 1 Big Ten tournament game. So we know we got 6 for sure no matter what. And if you take what he needs to do to pass Cassius Winston, who has our all-time single-season record, he needs to average 8.5 a game to do that. And obviously, I think we'll play more than 6 games. Did you see that coming, Tom, this kind of proficiency?
Well, I thought last night was one of his best games because he did the job defensively. He made some shots. He took all good shots. He only took 10 or 11 shots. He had 10 assists. He only had 1 turnover. He ran the team better. I mean, people can think he scored 31. Sometimes that's not good, especially for a point guard, or that he has to. It's not his fault. But, I think he's just becoming a better leader, and he's becoming a better, sometimes a little controversy helps, as dumb as that sounds, because he's been just better. That's the best way I can put it. And it's hard for people to understand that never been in a locker room or a practice or, daily meetings or film sessions, right? And but trust me when I say he's gotten a lot better than his stats, and that's great. Now, whatever happens from there, the good news is when you're talking about assists, he's got to pass it and they got to make it.
Right.
And if he passes and they don't make it, he doesn't get an assist. So of all the things in basketball, that's the one that tells the most about a team and maybe each other. Like he pulls hard for Jackson Kohler to make shots because I think so that the score goes up and his assists go up, which is a good deal. Everybody should have personal goals and team goals, but Jackson Kohler, on the other hand, he's always trying to get a double-double with points and rebounds. And last night he fell 1 short. And I mean, he was in the huddle almost hyperventilating, and but I like some of that. I always say to kids, it should be a goal, whatever your goals are, but it shouldn't be an obsession. If it becomes an obsession, then you really don't handle it the right way. And then if you don't make it, the disappointment is ridiculous. If it's a goal, that's the way it should be. So, yeah, Jeremy's doing good. He's getting better. I thought Cohen played one of his best games. I thought, Coop, even though he didn't score a lot, was better at the things he does. And Jackson rebounded like he was doing most of the year. Hey, he's been in a stretch of 5-6 games, or he just hasn't played as well for whatever reason. Some might be our fault, some might be his fault. But he hasn't played as well, and he's one of our key guys, and when he's scoring and rebounding, we're better. Well, that's no surprise, I mean, you can take every team in the country. If the top 2 guys are playing well, you have a chance to win. If they're not, you have a chance to lose.
Tom, one of the things that I've noticed about him is that, we always talk, to those point guards, especially when they're young, about making a pass that his teammate can shoot. And if you watch his film closely, or if you think about it, you guys, he puts the ball exactly where you need it to shoot it. He puts it right in his teammate's shooting pocket. And that makes a big difference, especially when he's passing the ball to Cohen.
Yeah, I do tell him this about Cohen. I mean, he's cheating when you have Cohen because he can throw it behind his back, off his head, off the rim. Cohen's still going to catch it and dunk it. So that's, but that's unfair. No, I'm just kidding. You might take a joke.
No, man. But what I was referring to was really his 3-point shot.
Yeah.
When Cohen's got to shoot a 3-pointer. Now, the other one, he could throw up to the rafters.
Yeah. We have a saying, a good pass equals a good shot.
Right.
And a good pass is where Mike says right in the pocket. Jeremy's getting better at that. A completed pass isn't a good one. You think about a quarterback. If there's guys streaking down the field and he throws the ball and he throws it short and the guy catches it but gets tackled, that's not a good pass because he should have had a touchdown. And that's kind of the way it is in basketball. A good pass leads to one that you can shoot. If it's way over here, way up here, it's not a good pass. But I don't know why we turn the ball over. I mean, if I showed you the film, which I did show the players, a couple of them, some of the turnovers Jackson Coop had, I told them they're trying to be Magic Johnson and they're Tragic Johnson. It's not good. But nowadays, we're not allowed to tell them what they did wrong. So I just say, no, I'm kidding you guys. Keep turning the ball over. I love it, man, as long as we can.
That's a great line, though. Tragic Johnson. I'm glad you got to use that one. One of the fun things for me over all these years is Tom works with the young players to watch them grow throughout the season. We've seen it with a lot of great ones, and he decided when we played Minnesota to put Jordan Scott in the starting lineup, and he promptly makes our first basket that night. But since you've stuck him in that lineup as a starter 4 games now, get this, he's averaging almost 12 a game. He was averaging under 5 before then. From the field, he's shooting 50%, three-point range 55%, and the guy plays defense. So you have hit the right button there, I think.
Well, yeah, it's, then again, him coming off the bench was good too. And, like I told Divine the other day, I mean, this always happens, guys never that good until you don't have them. And then he's a lot better, And there's some things that Divine does that Jordan can't do, but Jordan's got size. He can rebound the ball. He's going to be a really good player. He's going to be a really good player, and he's coming on. I thought Cam did some things again, getting Cam back. And then, the other guy that has been a little inconsistent, but when Kerr hits some threes,
right,
and then all of a sudden he gets 6 rebounds. So, guys play off how they do offensively. Now, you can say that's not good. That was the beauty of Tum Tum. I mean, if he made a shot, it was a bonus.
Right.
So he went into a game thinking, I'm going to guard. I'm going to run the team. I'm going to do this, do that. And so a missed shot didn't affect him. But most guys, as you remember back in college, Mike, you don't get a date with an assist. You get it with a basket, and you didn't even get it with that. So that doesn't matter.
Don't believe that.
Okay, I got to tell this story, and I said this to Tom. This is before we did our little pregame interview yesterday. He spoke to a group after practice on Monday, and he was marvelous. Okay, he was telling stories, and they were good for especially the people in the room to hear him. But he always talks about him and Mariucci, who, by the way, was visiting yesterday. Yeah, but he always talks about how they hung out in their trailer late at night working on plays because they couldn't get a date. And I said to Tom, I'm buying most of this, but this date thing I don't know about. I just can't see you two dateless. I just can't see that.
No, I brought a few girls over there for him. I was just like that.
What are good friends for?
Wait, Steve and I had Mike leftovers, so it was great. That was great.
That's good. Oh man, where do you go from there? I don't know.
This is one time to a commercial.
Okay, I think we're going to throw a break. Auto Owners Insurance, simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you. We're live with the Tom Izzo Show. Back with more in a moment after this break.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Meet, greet, and compete in Michigan's capital city. The Lansing Sports Commission is dedicated to helping you host your next athletic tournament or event in Greater Lansing. Our free services include everything from event development and tournament planning to promotions and recruiting volunteers. No matter the sport, the LSC can make your next event your best event. Plan on something greater. Find details at lansingsports.org.
Calling hard seltzer lovers. Searching for the tastiest seltzer? Look no further. Neutral Vodka Seltzer is absolutely delicious. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral keeps it tasty with every sip. With flavors like pineapple, watermelon, orange, and lime, there's something for everyone. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch. Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation, 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Gambling can be fun.
Here we go.
Kind of like skydiving. The thrill, the excitement. But be careful, or gambling will start to feel like skydiving without a parachute. For tips that will help keep you out of harm's way, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
And welcome back to the Tom Izzo Show, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And don't forget one of our great sponsors, the MSU Federal Credit Union, the official credit union of Spartan Athletics. Well, we've had such a good show. I don't know if I want to bring up the portal, but I wanted to ask Tom this. The NCAA has come up with a new set of guidelines for the portal in terms of when it's open. The new window is now 15 days after the title game is played for men's basketball. The previous one was 30 days, and they opened it up after the second round of the NCAA tournament was underway. And so is that a good thing, Tom?
No, there's no good thing about it. I don't see any reason that the urinal ever opens, to be very honest with you. But, I often joke about it, but did anybody see, in fact, I think, Jack, it was you that sent it to me. Did anybody see Bo Jackson's comments on the NIL and the transfer portal? It's just incredibly mind-boggling to me how every football and basketball coach, even the ones that are using it and having success, don't like it. Every pro athlete, I don't know any that I've ever heard say they like it. But we just keep doing it because they want no rules, and I just succumb to it now. I don't really care. But last year, what people don't realize, it opened the week of the NCAA tournament, I think started, right?
Yep.
When is it now? Shows you how much I know.
After the title game's over.
After the title game's over. Well, let me tell you something. 90% of the deals are already done.
Right.
Okay. So the transfer portal opened about September.
Right.
It gets into it heavily about January. And by March, the only thing left is to dot the I's and cross the T's. So it's really hard. And I think that's why you're seeing things go like this now, because so many kids are getting affected right now. I heard a new one in football that now you have transfer portals in January and there's not another one. There used to be two. But now if you just quit school and you for a week or month or something, you're eligible again to go where you want. Whatever rules they make, if they're going to get circumvented unless somebody has enough courage to say, no, this is the way we're going to do it. And I don't think that's going to happen in my lifetime. So I'm going to just keep doing it. So don't bug me about the transfer portal, because it's I feel the way I feel. The only difference is if I was 50, I probably wouldn't say how I feel. And I'm not saying it now because I don't care. I'm saying it now. I mean, I still love Nick Saban. Like I said, he's still fighting it. I mean, he's in Congress fighting it. And, and he's not even coaching anymore, but that's what he thinks of it. So the date is a better date to most people. Everybody thinks, wow, that's great. These kids right now are being contacted morning, noon, and night.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, that made everybody. So that means most of you think that it starts on the date, right?
No.
It ends on the date. It's official on the date, but it starts way, 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 way before that with a lot of kids, a lot of schools, a lot of parents, and that's.
Well, you got a lot of programs that feel the best kid to recruit is the kid that you sign.
Yeah.
Once he commits to you, that's the best kid to get after. That's how it all works.
Yeah, I look at it
when he walks on campus.
I look at it a little differently. I think I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy that trying to get the best players I can get. If we got to get one kid in the portal here and there, we got to do it. Just think about this year. We took a couple, and one's out for the year before the season started, and one's out for the year 2/3 of the way through the season. So, you just it is what it is, and you do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to enjoy it. But I thought Mick Cronin said something, to me that he says, you got a culture develop, don't lose it, because it's hard. It's hard to get it now. Because you don't keep a kid long enough to develop a culture.
Right.
And those cultures are important because that's why they play for the name on the front, not the name on the back.
I should have stayed with Garland getting dates for everybody.
Personally, I like that part better.
I will. If you would have been with us, I'd have probably got you one too. All right.
That's awesome. Yeah, when you guys were up there, I didn't even know where Michigan was.
Neither did we.
Yeah. So, if you've gone to any, I'm changing gears here for a second, but if you've gone to any of our games, I think one of the great things we do in a basketball game at home, nobody honors the military like Michigan State. The way we do it is unbelievable. And we're going to do another special one on Sunday. And Tom mentioned Jack. Jack, can you come up a second? Obviously, Jack has been a fabulous writer. He's grown into almost an MSU historian.
But that's an oxymoron. Fabulous and writer is an oxymoron. Even though Jack's a friend, it's an oxymoron.
I got it. But anyway, he's going to tell us about something that's going to happen on Sunday.
Tom, as much fun as Sunday can be, something might be just as much fun for you before tip-off. I know how much you love the military salutes. Michigan State does it better than anybody. But there's someone going to be recognized Sunday, as old as your mom, 99 years old, going to turn 100 in October. As great a Spartan as anybody I know. Saw his first football game when he was smuggled in under a blanket on a equipment wagon back in the 30s. Played on the 1945 team that beat Kentucky here in Jennison Fieldhouse. Then was drafted, went in the military, got to ring the bell of San Michelle to end the war.
Wow.
Came back, went to med school, came home to East Lansing, physician here for decades and decades and decades, never misses a game. And he's here tonight. He's here at a lot of coaches' shows. I just think you want to say hello to Dr. Richard Johnson.
Wow. Wow. That's cool. Wow.
You should have some.
Now that beats the hell out of Mike getting me a date. I'll tell you that, Richard. I really appreciate you. I said my most memorable moment was not winning a championship. It was my trip to Kuwait and the Baghdad area and all the things that I went through over there on a couple different sessions. And I just realized that by far, bar none, the greatest team in the United States is our military. And so thank you. And I'm looking forward to honoring you and, not knowing, so I better be careful. But my mom's 99 and maybe Mike can hook you two up. If you
We might rename this show. Okay. By the way, I played golf with Doc Johnson, a few summers ago, whatever it was, and he outdrove me. I was kind of embarrassed, but I'm not very good.
Well, it is fun to joke about things, but there is no joking about that, and I greatly appreciate it. I think it is, Jack's right. It's one of the coolest things we do. I have other coaches from other schools say that to me. LaRonda and our people in marketing have done an incredible job with that, and more than deserving, because we all know we don't take care of our military like we should, in my humble opinion. And so, man, I can't wait to see you out there with our guys, and thank you for what you've done for our country, our city, and everything else. So thanks, Doc. Appreciate it.
Well, it's now time to play a little trivia here. And if you get our answer right, somebody in the audience, you get a $25 gift card from the Alumni Hall and tickets to our next game, which is Sunday against Ohio State. So this is a good one. Michigan State and Ohio State have had several classic finishes over the course of this series. The question is, which Spartan hit the most recent game-winning shot against Ohio State? That is the question. So when we come back with more Tom Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance, we'll see if somebody's got the answer as you're on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
You didn't do this, did you, boss?
Mind your business, Billy.
Touchdown!
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Spartan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes these moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is the official beer of Michigan State Athletics. So crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
You love the thrill of the game, but not from the sidelines. As the official orthopedic and sports medicine partner of Michigan State Athletics, McLaren Orthopedics and Sports Medicine can help you get back in action. Our team of experts specialize in the prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation of sport injuries. Whether you're swinging a bat, shooting hoops, or running the trails, we make you feel like a pro at any age. Learn more at McLaren.org.
And thanks for joining us for the Tom Izzo Show here this evening, presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And don't forget, one of our great sponsors is Rocket Mortgage. That will help you own the dream. Well, the trivia question in front of everybody in this great series we have with Ohio State, and they're coming in on Sunday for a day game. Which Spartan hit the most recent game winner against Ohio State? And we got some people lined up. What do you think?
Was it Denzel Valentine on Valentine's Day?
It was. I knew this thing was not going to last very long.
God, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was Ohio State we beat.
Yeah. Well, anyway, on Valentine's Day in 2015, here's what that shot sounded like. 10 seconds, we're going for it. Trice has it. In the wing. Goes over to Nairn. Not a Valentine for the win. He got it! He got it!
Wow, what a big-time shot by Valentine. That was huge.
It was huge, and we win. And obviously, he had a wonderful career here. Big Ten and AP Player of the Year in 2016. Local kid from Lansing. And of course, he wore number 45. And
you know what's bad about that? Like, I didn't even know that. But you know what I did know? A couple years earlier on senior day, Ohio State hit a big shot. Draymond Green senior day at the buzzer. We had a 16-point lead, and we lost one of the only 2 games I think we've lost on senior day, and it was Draymond's. He's still mad at me for that. But it's kind of funny how you remember the losses and you don't remember the wins.
Yeah, that was something. And that shot that the Ohio State kid made was a great shot too. I mean, he was defended well.
What was so great about it?
Nothing. Not a damn thing. There you go. Get my redemption on that thing. By the way, what's Valentine doing now? Do you know?
Yeah, he's playing over in Italy, and maybe he's at the Olympics. I don't know, but his dad comes back all the time, and it's great, and we hear from Denzel, when we struggle a little bit. I mean, you just be amazed on the number of former players that call back. It's the greatest, man. I got the greatest job in America in that respect.
And by the way, when we come back, if you got some questions for Tom, lots of things to talk about. We got a mic right here for you. And we'll be back with more of the Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance right here on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the Seat View feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Spartans, when it's game time, it's One North time. Just minutes from Michigan State University, One North Kitchen and Bar is your go-to spot for scratch cooking and world-class hospitality. When you're celebrating a win or catching up with friends, we've got the perfect dish to make every moment special. Join us for the MSU Coaches Show and get closer to the action with the voices that bring Spartan spirit to life. Visit One North Kitchen and Bar, where Spartan pride meets memorable meals.
We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now at your local GNC.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
And welcome back for more of the Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And don't forget, when you shop in Meijer, you're helping your community. Learn more by going to Meijer.com/community. Well, we got some questions for you, Tom.
Quick one, Gary from East Lansing. Toward the end of the game, we saw Jordan Scott at point a little bit. Are we going to see more of that, maybe?
Well, Denham got hurt. Yeah, hurt his shoulder, and I hope not, because I mean that's not good for us really right now. I mean, it's hard enough for a freshman to figure out one position, and also the playing time and the amount of minutes. But we just experimented a little bit. So yeah, we did do it. That was a good job of evaluating. You weren't sleeping at the end, Gary. I'm proud of you.
And next question.
Ryan from West Bloomfield here. Coach, we hear all the time about lessons that you have taught players throughout the years. What is one lesson that sticks out to you that a player has taught you?
Ooh, that's a great question, young man.
He thinks that's cool. You know, I have learned a lot. I really have. I mean, I've had some incredible guys and learned a lot of things. But one of the things I learned with Draymond is there's no way in hell I'm getting the last word in. There's just no way in hell. And 13, 14 years later, it's still the same. So he's what I love about him. He's consistent. He's consistent. But I've learned a lot, and I mean, Mike's helped me learn a lot. When you come from the UP, it's not a very diverse area in a lot of ways, and there's not a multiple of cultures like there is in the cities and everything. And when you're recruiting Flint or Saginaw or Detroit or other places outside the state, you do have to learn a lot. What you think is right your way is not necessarily right somebody else's way. And so that's the big challenge for me early. And I often said this, and I joke with him a lot, but I give Mike a lot of credit for that. I mean, he taught me a lot of what it's like to be black, and I think I taught him on what it's like to be white. And no, really, I mean, you really think about it.
It's the truth.
I mean, we were roommates on the road. We just I don't know if I could have made it through without him because of the profession I chose. So I learned stuff from players every day. I don't know what it is. It's just every day there's something that I appreciate and learn. And if you quit learning, you might as well die. It's the way I look at it. So I'm going to keep learning.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Good question.
Nick from Birmingham. Me and Ryan are both Izzo members. We get to go early and watch players warm up, which is something that people don't realize. Watching Caleb Glenn this year, you mentioned earlier, season over before it starts, it breaks your heart. I went through injuries in high school, and obviously this is a whole nother level, but obviously you're not taking guys who don't care more about this family than themselves. So what has he done behind the scenes that people wouldn't realize to keep not just himself, but the guys in this game?
Well, Caleb's dad played at Louisville in football. He was a very good football player. And when we got him, he's a real quiet kid, too quiet for me. And so I never trust a guy that's really quiet. So I had to get to know him. And there's something else I learned, So Caleb is built better than he's going, and he's a little bigger, and he shoots it really well, and he can jump high enough, And he was our top transfer guy, I guess, if you want to say that. And he was in practice. I was there that day. We were going to practice, and in the summer, and it was the first week or so, and it was before practice even started. He just went up for a layup, nobody around him, and planted and went down. Never had an injury ever. And I mean, he has recovered so fast. He's a freak. Talk about teaching me something. Doc would know this, but some guys are freaks in recovery, and he's been one of them. I mean, he's been practicing full go, and in the last 3 weeks, and just made an incredible recovery. And I think he's going to be a really good player here. We're going to have him for a few years, but what he's doing now, he's on the scout team, and he's physically beating people up. I mean, he is a physical freak, and so I love that about him. Good question.
Thank you guys.
Okay. Yeah. Next question.
Mike Natesel, Howell, Michigan. Top 3 Spartans you've ever coached from not this current team.
That was like they asked me a question on TV last night after the game. They were talking about Cohen, and if you wondered why we had different shoes on last night, it was pretty cool. Jace Richardson sent every guy a pair of shoes, and a little bit, I think, for breast cancer,
Right.
the pink, and it was pretty cool. And usually when they ask me, can we wear these shoes, because I like to keep it the green or black or white, and I always say if everybody wears them, but everybody doesn't wear them because everybody has a different style of shoe,
Right.
that for their foot, not for their entertainment. And everybody wanted to wear them, kind of for Jace, kind of for the situation. And so they asked me after, I said, I'm really pleased for Jace, and I'm sure his mom and dad are watching. They said, well, who's a better dunker, Jace or Jason or Cohen. And I said to myself, I gotta keep Cohen for another year, hopefully. But I knew JR was probably watching on TV. So I didn't give the political answer. I said, until Cohen accomplishes what Jace did, which means 2-time slam dunk contest, 14-year career, became one of the top 3-point shooters, won a national championship, went to 2 Final Fours while he was here. Jace Richardson. Now, when I'm talking to Cohen, at the end of the year, I'm going to tell him it was him. It's awesome.
But Tom, I remember you and Herner telling me about Jason Richardson.
Oh yeah,
doing a dunk in high school that you guys said could never physically be done again.
Yeah, I was in Saginaw. Arthur Hill was playing Saginaw High, I think it was, and Doug Herner went with me up there on a recruiting trip, and usually they took care of me, but I mean it was so packed that taking care of me was getting me in the building, and I was up in the top, and I was the radio guy was there, and he did this dunk on a missed shot, and people came out on the floor, and I wanted to jump down from the balcony. It was incredible. He never had one at state like that one.
Right.
And he was 17, 16 years old. So,
God, what a career, though.
Yeah.
Man, what a career.
Great kid.
Okay, we're going to take a break here. Back with more in a moment right here on the Tom Izzo Show.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
Hear that roar? That's the sound of Spartan Nation. And Dean Trailways is right there, every mile of the way. As the official ground transportation provider of Michigan State Athletics, we connect Spartans to championships. For every game, every practice, every victory, we deliver it. Elite service that powers the green and white. When you demand championship-level transportation, Dean Trailways is your winning drive. Become part of our team at DeanTrailways.com.
Touchdown!
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Club Keno Tripler time is back, and some folks still have a few questions. So it's time for another round of CK Q&A.
Is there a Tripler time dress code?
We call it Keno Casual.
Oh, do I need 3 friends to play Tripler time?
No, but the more the merrier.
During Tripler time, is it important to stay hydrated?
Yes. 3 cheers for Club Keno. This month, random tickets will be printed with a doubler or tripler message. Find one, and all your prizes will be doubled or tripled. Club Keno Tripler time. Available on all Club Keno tickets only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
And we're back with more of the Tom Izzo Show presented by Auto Owners Insurance. And we are live from One North Kitchen and Bar, East Lansing, for all the MSU coaches shows. One North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. And if you guys are into Sunday brunches, they have a really good one here. Well, we've been doing some good besides making 14 threes for the first time since 23 against UCLA. Every time we do that, $25 goes to the Izzo Legacy
Am I
Foundation.
catching Robin?
Your pastor.
Oh, she's in big trouble tomorrow. When I get to the office, I'm going to get on her tomorrow, boy, because she beat us like a drum the last couple of years.
And she's played more games so far.
Oh, bragging rights.
Yeah. So anyway, so get this. This is a pretty good number. right now, with the 14 we had last night, and of course, it's the Abu Law Firm that's been part of this campaign, the Beyond the Arc campaign, for quite a few years now. We are sitting at 202 threes made. Now, the women are playing tonight, so they'll get a few. And so let's project them. They get a few tonight, and they get to 200. That means over $10,000 have already been raised.
Wow.
How about that? So thanks to the Abu Law Firm.
That's awesome.
Over 10 grand.
Yeah, that's
We
got to
got
keep
more to
making.
come.
And what's almost bigger than that is what helps us win games.
Yes, it does. I mean, Tom, how you and Mike, how do you guys explain one day you can't miss a shot, it seems, and the next day, no matter how good the look is, it just won't go in?
Well, I do it easily. I just blame my assistants, but I don't know how Mike does it.
I've been there.
No, that's the my buddy Mariucci was in my press conference yesterday, and I said to him, it's a lot harder to coach basketball than football, because in football, usually the bigger, stronger, better team wins. In basketball, like hockey's a little bit like that too. You can pepper the goaltender, and if it doesn't go in, you lose. Where you can just hand the ball off and run, and I mean, there's better ways, and I love football, but I'm just saying basketball is so much more unpredictable, because if that shot's going in, and some guys, if it goes in a couple times, then it's going to go in a bunch of times. And so that makes it more difficult.
And you got a good start against UCLA.
Yeah, we've had some bad starts lately. We've turned the ball over too much early, and we didn't do that yesterday. And so the good start helps, because then the crowd, the zone, everybody, I mean, their crowds have still been unbelievable. When you look at that arena, there's not been many seats open for many games in this whole season. I can think of some great years that wasn't necessarily true, not in a bad way, but like last night, an 8:30 game, people that have tickets in Detroit or Saginaw or Grand Rapids, they've got it's hard. It's not easy. And so I was really, I've been really pleased and appreciative of that.
I don't know about you guys when you go to a game. I'm always looking at the ceiling and those banners. I keep looking at them. And of course, Jet Heathcote is up there, but retired banners, numbers for players, all great. Scott Skiles, Mateen Cleave, Steve Smith, Johnny Green, Sean Resper, Jay Vincent, Gregory Kelser, Magic, Morris Peterson, Draymond Green. And I looked hard at their accomplishments, and I found one thing they all have in common, which I think you'll appreciate. Every one of these guys was a team captain.
Wow, that's interesting. The other thing should be, though, there are criteria for getting in, and player of the year, this and that. But I think I've got to do a better job. It's not my job, but everything's my job if you've been here this long, and look at a couple of people that deserve to be in there. It's a little easier now because numbers don't matter like they used to. We have number 99 now. We can have number 7. It used to be, you're running out of numbers. And so there are some guys, especially from the past, that I think deserve, and that is my goal, because I think I have a pretty good connection to the past here, thanks to Gus Ganakis, thanks to Judd Heathcote, thanks to George Perlis, guys like that. So I want to make sure that we don't forget the people that built the place, and that's important to me.
And yes, and I'm assuming most of all of you here have been through the Hall of History, which is a great salute to all of that. If you haven't, you got to go. It's an amazing thing, and you won't see that, I don't think, anywhere else in college basketball.
Well, they have them. What we've done, and we're working on it now, and how we can upgrade it. But the video part of it makes it that you can get more in there. But there's some things I want to figure out how it can be more user friendly in that, and we're working on that now. So that might be one of the projects in the very, very near future.
You could push a button, Tom mad, Tom happy. That'd be fun. Okay, enough of that. We'll be back with more of the Tom Izzo Show in a moment.
I know one thing. That button on the Tom Happy, that'll be a virgin button, man. It might never been touched.
There you go. Back with more in a moment on the Spartan Media Network.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
This is Labatt, brewed for the fans who can't stop shouting "shoot it," and the driveway heroes who still call raindrops on every brick. Make fun of a ref through the TV like he can hear you, then miss 3 straight free throws on your buddy's hoop. Argue every foul, celebrate every layup, and somehow think you're running the offense from Section 312. But that's the beauty of it. Basketball isn't just about the court, it's the noise, the passion, and the Labatt you're holding while you live it. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, off from New York.
There's a difference between an answer and a Michigan answer. It starts with our team and people like you. University of Michigan Health Sparrow is hiring for a wide variety of roles at all experience levels. Unlock your potential and discover a fulfilling career at one of our award-winning hospitals and health centers. We make a difference every day, together. Join us at careers.ufmhealthsparrow.org.
Spartan fans, Greenstone Farm Credit Services has the home team advantage when it comes to providing personalized lending and financial services. Score keys to a new home through Greenstone's Country Home Lending Services, or call the shots yourself with a DIY home construction or home site loan. Make every season a winner with recreational land financing, whether you're looking for acreage to hunt on or just enjoy. Ready to make a game plan? Visit one of Greenstone's locations across Michigan or find us online at greenstonefcs.com.
And welcome back to the Tom Izzo Show here at 1 North, and brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance. I want to get this in. I keep running out of time. Let's say thanks to Chris Ordway Engineering here doing the video streaming. Gage Dansby back in the corner there, and producing in the studio is Zach Holly. And don't forget, every Spartan needs a break at the beach. If you're in that category, visit myrtlebeach.com/MSU. Well, we got a couple minutes to go, Tom. What do you think? You have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, we just got a real quick question.
Quick question.
What's your favorite basketball skill?
What's my favorite basketball skill? Yeah. When it goes in. No, I think for me it would be passing. I like to pass because that means you're a team guy.
There you go.
Good question. Next one.
There you go.
Who's the funniest player on the team?
The funniest player on the team. I'm not in that locker room when those guys are in there making jokes about me. So I'm not sure, but I got a bunch of good guys, and some are quietly funny, like Nick Sanders. Some are outwardly funny, and some aren't funny.
I think. How about Cam Ward? He's pretty.
Cam is. He's pretty.
Always,
yeah, Cam's pretty upbeat.
Cam's
So.
pretty
Good
upbeat
question.
all the time.
So how do we close this up? What you got to realize is right now every game's a big game, and it's a big game because we need to be getting better every game. That's the big goal of ours right now: get better, so that we can get tournament ready. And so we're going to try to play as well on Sunday. Ohio State is good. They didn't just beat them by accident. They got a good record. They got a good team. They got good players. So we'll see you all on Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Doc. That'll be awesome. And thank you again for coming out like you do. It's appreciated by me.
And you can join us on the radio at 12 o'clock for our pregame show on Sunday. We tip it off at 1. Thanks to everybody for coming.
You've been listening to the Auto Owners Insurance presentation of the Tom Izzo Show, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense. The Tom Izzo Show is also brought to you by 1 North Kitchen and Bar, making good times great. SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of MSU Athletics. Labatt Blue Light, we're brewed for the roast. Meyer, supporting hundreds of sports teams across the Midwest. Coors Light, choose chill. Dean Trailways, the official ground transportation provider of Spartan Athletics. Make Dean Trailways your favorite ride. The Tom Izzo Show is a presentation of Playfly Sports in partnership with Michigan State Athletics. All rights reserved. Join us next time on this network station for all the Spartan basketball action on the Spartan Media Network.